Sweeping changes recommended for the future of education in the city of Detroit.
They include returning control back to an elected school board and the state paying off more than $1 billion in debt.
7 Action investigator Jim Kirchner live on the West Side tonight with recommendations from the Skillman Foundation. Jim?
Stephen and Carolyn, here are the recommendations, 24 pages. This booklet is on our website, WXYZ.com. At the announcement of these recommendations this afternoon, the Detroit Public Schools emergency manager was here. He says he still needs to fill out his term of 18 months, but control of the public schools could go back to an elected school board at that time.
Well, ultimately, in my goal to return it back to local control, there is a role for an elected school board. We just
How soon?
Well, my timeline is 18 months.
The coalition recommendations, including control, are the state assume the deficit. More on that in a second. The State School Reform Office, quote, execute the EAA. That really means a takeover of the district the governor set up to run the 15 most troubled schools. Allocate state funds based on need, meaning Detroit would get more, and charter schools be run by an independent board, not managed by the corporations that own them. Enrollment in public schools is down to 47,000. The EAA, 6,000 students. Charters have 36,000 students, and 25,000 students in Detroit are going to suburban schools. The finances, according to the Skillman report, $174 million this year, but an accumulated debt of, get this, $2.1 billion, which costs the district $53 million a year just for debt service, or $1,100 per student. Is it realistic for the state to pay off the DPS debt?
Well, I can't really speak to that. I know I've had some conversations at the state level about that very issue.
The issue of poverty in Detroit is huge and affects school performance. This is also a factor, but not directly in the coalition recommendations.
Unless we address the issues of poverty, of joblessness, and some of the other socioeconomic ills that plague our city and other communities, then the fix on education, while it might be much better than what we have, is still going to be void.
We got a statement late this afternoon from the governor's office that he's reviewing these recommendations and will look for some common ground. There's also a component in this that there would be a Detroit Education Commission established with its members appointed by the mayor, Mike Duggan. I'm told by his office this afternoon he's also reviewing these recommendations. Live on the West Side, Jim Kirchner, 7 Action News.